one of the animals looked like a half cat, half human animal, and I had these other nightmares where I had like these Glenn Luther type apparitions that would show up in my dreams. And there was another time where like when my grandmother was at the house with me, and it was just me and her, and she was spending the night. Um, and we heard this creepy laugh, and it was and and like she heard it too. There was this creepy high pitched laugh. It was in the middle of the night. We were sleeping, and it woke us up. And I also had, like, around the same time, I had a Furby that was given to me, and it kept turning on in the middle of the night. And the thing would cry, I think, and I looked and I didn't see that they were programmed to cry. And, like, another thing was a doll that was given to me that I woke up and, like it had moved, or I looked up and it had it was on the ground, but like it was sitting on the ground, and so I threw that doll in the fireplace. Um, and so a lot of like really weird, creepy stuff happened. I woke up one time and my foot was covered in blood. Like where I had a nightmare that something had attacked me. With one of those half human, half animal things had attacked me. I think it was that. And I woke up and my foot had like blood on it. And I remember, like, I think there was a bite mark on my hand one time where I had a nightmare, or like I felt something had bit me in my sleep. Um, and everything really came to like a head when, around my junior year of high school, I was 17 when this started. I, by the grace of God, I was going to a Next Generation club in my high school. I wasn't saved at the time, but God was like leading me to Him, and using those people, and I really was wanting to know God more. And so I remember that one night, like, and everything in my life was pretty normal. Like, my parents had divorced by this point, and my sister was also doing drugs. But again, like, I say that really didn't, like, affect me. It affected me, but it wasn't, like, devastating. And I remember one night I was sleeping and I thought I was dreaming, and I heard something say, it's this entity, like this formless entity, asked me if it could come in, and I said yes. And I was afraid that I thought that I must be dreaming. So, and the entity began to talk with me. I couldn't see it, but I knew that something was there. And I tried to ask it its name, and its name was this long string of consonants that you couldn't pronounce. And so I asked if, like, I could just call it Foxy, which is one of the characters from Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's what I called it, because its voice kind of reminded me of Foxy from that game. And it said yes. And I was afraid. And then it told me, don't be afraid, go to sleep. And so I went to sleep. This happened again. And it was very weird because the same time, it was, the entity had asked me questions about myself and about my life, just very casual conversation questions. And then the third time, it was in the summer of 2018. I had turned 18 about 2 months ago, at this time, and I heard something, and then I heard a voice say, "It's me." And then I heard this choir of unholy angels, and it was like this, like this screaming and almost like a chirping noise, and I heard peeps and mutters, which is actually what Scripture says demons say, is they peep and mutter. And I remember the room becoming icy cold. And there was this hand on my throat. I felt like something was strangling me. And I couldn't see anything. But just a few seconds prior to the hand coming to the feeling of being strangled, I saw something that looked like a Grim Reaper, and it was on my bedroom wall. And this voice was saying, "I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you." And I remembered trying to scream, but I couldn't. There was something around my throat. I could not scream. And whatever this thing was slowly choking me. And I remember when I heard the chorus of demons, that I didn't know at the time that it was demons. I had no idea what was going on. But there was this maddening quality about their singing. And I remember I don't know how much time had passed. And that's another thing that is common in supernatural occurrences, is lost time. And I remember I tried to scream, and and this thing was this hand around my neck was slowly tightening, and I believed that I was going to die. And I could not move my body. I could only move my head. And so, and I felt like my blood had been replaced with ice water. And that there were pins and needles. I felt this sensation of pins and needles going up and down in my arms and legs. My whole body was numb except for my head. And so I remember that just all of a sudden I knew this was God, because I had no idea what to do. And I just cried out. I was like, "God."